Hello darlings and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ronnie and what I've got for you today is something that I decided to call a peaceful palace. Now, as you can see, I always take a chance to use alliteration if there's the opportunity to do that, because I often have problems coming up with names in The Sims, for the build. And yeah, so when there's an opportunity to use alliteration, you bet I take it. So yeah, today we're building a palace, and when I say palace, it's not that big of a build. I'm still calling it that way. Yep, nothing you can do about that. But it's maybe medium-sized, but even that is pushing it, isn't it? There are only 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, so it's a rather small palace. But it's, at least I like, in my opinion, it's the area surrounding it and the way I decided to go about the landscaping that makes the whole build kinda more monumental. So yeah, you'll see that soon. But right now I'm just working on the shell, on the shape. The shape is quite simple, but I messed around with the roofing quite a lot, which is not something that I usually do. Anyway, what inspired me to create this build? So I was building something different. I don't remember what it was, but I realized that we have the items that we got with the Lunar New Year update in 2019, I believe, and there are a lot of like Chinese inspired items. There is a table, some chairs, some smaller items as well, lamps and whatnot. So I thought that I rarely get an opportunity to use those items in my builds, so I thought that I could do something Chinese inspired. So when I was looking at some reference pictures, I really noticed how detailed and what's the word, like ornamental, yeah, that's the word, ornamental the roofs usually are. So I really wanted to recreate that feeling, because like I would love to recreate like that specific style as well, but first, there are not some items that I could use in my game, and second, I don't have the talent to do that either. So I kind of like took some creative liberties and decided to just do something that's going to be very ornamental, very detailed, and yeah, I've never done anything like that, because if you look at the like second flooring, it's basically just a box, right? So I usually try to avoid like complicated roofing techniques because I am not particularly good at them, but here it felt appropriate to try and tackle this in some more creative way. So this is going to take a while, I'm sorry for that, but I genuinely, like, I was really happy with that. Like I said, my roofing is so simple. I watched some tutorials on roofings and some are really amazing. Definitely Google that or find some YouTube videos. They're great and they're really helpful. But here I just whatever basically came to my mind, I just gave it a go, and I was adding layers above layers and some more layers and even more layers of roofing, and this thing was created. And yeah, I'm kind of proud of it. Of course, I don't think it's like Chinese in style. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure I made like a lot of mistakes, and I definitely mixed up a lot of architecture styles. So like I said, this is very like Chinese inspired, but it's not really like totally Chinese, you know what I'm trying to say. I hope you are. But as you can see, suddenly the footage skipped to something that was not there a few minutes ago. Now, I'm really proud of that landscaping, by the way, but I had to, like, a lot of it is deleted by me. I deleted a lot of the footage myself. But actually the beginning of this, I am not entirely sure whether like, what happened with that footage. I'm not entirely sure about. Like, there are several options. So number one, I recorded the landscaping and then I somehow deleted it or lost it. I don't know, anything is possible, especially when I'm concerned. But then there are other options, like number two, that I was recording it, but after 2 hours, I think, my program just stops recording on its own, and maybe I haven't noticed it and just continued, with the build, and therefore I don't have that footage. Or the third option is that I just decided not to record it, which sometimes happens. I'm so sorry for that. I don't know, maybe if you're a builder, you know what I'm talking about, but sometimes I just start building and I know, oh, this is going to take a lot of time, it's quite tedious, it's quite long. Why should I have a footage of something that I keep doing repeatedly over and over and over and over again? No one's going to watch it anyway. I'm going to cut it out of the speed build anyway, so I'll just won't hit record and I'll just build. And sometimes I also have the issue, like when you're open the game and you're like, oh, I'll just do those like little tweaks here and there, and then I'll hit record, and then I like get lost in the build, and yeah, and suddenly a decent amount of of items and of like decent amount of work is done and no recording of it. So I am terribly sorry. I genuinely don't know how it happened, but yeah, the landscaping is something that I am really proud of. So I decided to build this like little kind of like mountain hill. I decided to put a pond inside it. It's deleted right now, but I'll add it again. And I use this waterfall that's from Discover University, if I'm not mistaken, and it moves when you're in the live mode. So basically placing around these debug rocks / stones / whatever it's supposed to be, I created this little hill. I'm going to add a lot of trees and a lot of plants to kind of, well, to cover up some parts that are not that pretty, but just to make it, more naturally looking. And I'm using the same technique that I worked with in my what was it called? Small steampunk structure, I think. So this is a way how you can place items inside the terrain without any mods. So you'll just first create the terrain the way you wanted it to be, and then you just place tiles to the bottom. Suddenly the terrain goes flat. You can place the items whichever way you like, and then you delete those tiles again and the terrain comes back, but the items remain in their own place. So this took me a long time, yeah, and I skipped it again because, God, I'm wondering how many hours it must have been. Oh, many hours, I'm sure. Also, when I was then playtesting it, some of it was not working because once I placed those items underneath those little bridges. My sim couldn't walk there, so I had to delete something and I had to repair that. So it took me a bit of time, but I still think like even though that landscaping is missing from this speed build is long enough like on its own, so I don't really think that we need to see more of that. And if you would like to see me like creating that pond, there'll be also a short footage at the end of this video when I'll be adding some more rocks to the pond to make it look more natural. So it's there, and I hope you don't mind it that it's partially missing. But as you can see, as of right now, we're already working on the interior, and we're starting with the kitchen. You might have noticed, but since I wanted to use the one of the massive doors that we got with Discover University, I once again, and I don't know why I keep doing that to myself, but I had to use the tallest wall height. And I like always, I don't know, yeah, why I keep doing this to myself. I struggle with it on the interior because the walls are so freaking high. Or tall? What do you use? Do you say high or tall when you're speaking about walls? I don't know. I have to Google that. Because I often want to talk about it in my videos and I'm like, how do you say that in English? Never mind. Yeah, so because of the wall height, it's just... it doesn't look the best on the interior. I think it looks amazing on the exterior. I really like it that way because yeah, it makes the whole build look more big. Oh god, bigger. But then it's a struggle on the interior. But anyway, I'm just decorating those shelves because, like I said, it's still quite a small house, so there was not that much space for some like huge kitchen. So since I couldn't place any items on that counter that's in the corner so that your Sims can prepare their meals, I always like to add some shelves and just decorate the space above it, because then it looks like nice, lived in and cluttered, and you're not creating any conflicting areas, and then the game works the way it's supposed to. Of course, as always, everything playtested. You know how it is by now, I think. So I'm just adding here this little console table, some fruit adding. This is supposed to be a very long video. We're not even in the half of it, and yeah, my English skills are going downhill. Anyway, we're currently working on the living room. I used, I combined this chair from Paranormal Stuff Pack and this sofa from Discover University. Lately I found myself using that sofa quite often. I don't know, I think I really like the pattern on it. Also the swatches are really nice. I mean, I used a white one, so the most basic one here, but I kind of like it. As far as the color scheme is concerned, I really heavily relied on blacks and whites, but I wanted small hints of red, yellow, and blue. Not really sure why those three colors, but it just made sense at that moment. It's probably related to those items that we got with the update, with the, what was it called? Yeah, of course, Lunar New Year update. So yeah, probably inspired by that. concerning the packs that I used in this build, initially, because like I said, I was inspired by those update items, I thought that everything would be base game, but since that structure was like so nice and detailed, and I was like really proud of it, at that moment I thought that the base game items wouldn't do it justice. So then I decided not to limit myself as far as the pack usage is concerned, but I think I still kept it quite limited because it uses only 4 packs, 2 expansion packs, that is Discover University and City Living, and then 2 stuff packs, Paranormal Stuff Pack and the Tiny Living Stuff Pack. But important thing, the Tiny Living Stuff Pack, this house includes only 2 items from that pack, and those items are the books that I keep using everywhere. They're super pretty, and a rug, and that's all. So if you don't have that pack, even though if you don't have it, I would definitely recommend getting it. It's one of my most favorite. But if you don't have that pack, feel free to download this build as well, because you don't really need it. So now we're working on this bedroom, and it's not, even though it's on the bottom floor, it's not the primary bedroom. I imagined that this house was occupied by a couple and one of their parents. So this is like a grandparents' bedroom, or at least I initially thought that it could be considered that. So yeah. So now we're working on the entrance hall. I kept it fairly simple, just adding some basic stuff that your Sims might need, like a mirror or grandfather's clock, right? That's important item that you need in your game. And I think I'll be adding the paranormal lights. Yeah, those red ones. I think they really help with the color scheme. I really like them, and I think they fit the style in here, so I was very happy about that decision, honestly. So I'm just adding some lamp. The piano, the grand piano in the living room, currently the way where it's placed is not functional, but when I was playtesting it, I found that out, and I just moved some things around and just shuffled it here and there, and now it works just fine. So your Sims can play the piano as well. Now, as you can see, I'm struggling with a bathroom. I didn't want to give up on those windows. So even though there's a mirror right now, then the sink was not functional, so I had to delete the mirror. So there's no mirror in this bathroom, but it's not that necessary. Even when your Sims brush their teeth, they don't need the mirror, so I think it's okay this way. It was such a weird shape of the bathroom. I usually work with those 2x3 bathrooms, and this shape was kind of odd. And this is possibly the same shape, and again, I where this toilet should go. But yeah, I'll be moving around. Yeah, I'll move the door as well to make it more logical, and yeah, that's that's a nice way to end it, right? And yeah. Anyway, this house is more on the expensive side. Yeah, this is definitely not a starter home, but come on, it's a palace. It must be expensive, right? So the cost is wonderful 174,551 simoleons. So yeah, I hope your Sims had that amount of money, or of course the cheat motherload is always there for you. if you need it, that is. And if you want to download this build, of course, this build will be available on the Sims 4 gallery as always. I always upload all my builds. I think, yeah, all of them are there, I hope. If you can't find it right away, if you like watch this speed build the moment it goes up and it's not on the gallery, fear not, it's going to be there. Sometimes I just forget. I like when I make a speed build, I go and post about it on like Twitter and Instagram, and then I just forget to like open my game and actually like upload the house on the gallery. So don't worry, I'll always do that in its due time, but if you can't find it right away, don't worry, it's going to be there. So now I'm working on the bedroom. It's a massive bedroom. There's a piano. I thought that this family was really, really into music. I thought that I might have added a guitar as well, but maybe not. Maybe they're just into piano. So I just placed a few items here and there. Like I said, this bedroom is massive. So now I'm just I'm like jumping from one room to another to add some small details here and there, because I didn't want to overclutter it because it's on a big lot and I usually struggle with those builds if there are like way too many items, and because of the like extensive landscaping, it is like a big build. So I wanted to limit the number of like furniture and pieces that I used on the interior, but still I just wanted to add a few details here and there to make it more lived in. So since this video is really long, we're 22 minutes right now, god. So yeah, I thought that I might use this opportunity and talk a bit about my YouTube channel, because this speed build marks the 15th video of this channel, and I am so happy with the way my videos were like welcomed and received in the community. Thank you all for watching, for subscribing, for being incredibly kind in your comments. They always make my day, and yeah, I'm always so happy if I see some kind of interaction there, or if I see those statistics like your video is like better, or it's doing better than your videos, like those videos that you made in the past, yay! And there are those like little fireworks in the UI of the YouTube studio. So yeah, that makes me really happy. So thank you for that. Thank you for your support. I immensely appreciate it, and I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Really, you guys are just wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything. So yeah, my channel is still here. I still keep uploading regularly, which is something I'm quite surprised about, honestly. I didn't expect that. Sorry, I need to drink. I need to have a sip of my tea. Wait a second. Not sure whether it's going to be audible or not, but here's some like ASMR for you. Anyway, yeah, I keep posting things regularly. Oh god, this word. There is a new speed build every Wednesday and every Sunday. Not Sunday, Saturday. I know the days of the week. Okay, every Wednesday and every Saturday at 5 p.m. Central European time. So yeah, I'm really happy. I think this schedule really works for me, and there are still, I was just making a list of all the builds that I made recently, and like I tried to like come up with some plan, like okay, now I'm going to post this, now I'm going to post that, and And yeah, there are still a lot of builds ready for you, so I hope I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, talking for 25 minutes in a language that's not your mother tongue, even though I should be quite like proficient in that language. Uh, it it like clearly takes its toll. I'm sorry for that, but yeah, I hope that at least it will show you what kind of person I am. So, back to the build because we're nearing the end, I think. Well, not entirely, but yeah, we're moving to the end. So, as you can see, there's this like small little building on the top of the hill. I thought it would be amazing if I could place a meditation stool or some like yoga mats here, but I don't have the spa day pack. So if you decide to download this build and if you have that pack, I would definitely recommend turning this room into maybe something else. You know what, I wasn't thinking too hard on that. I was just like, yeah, this is a perfect gaming room for some cards. And I like that. I added a lot of plants in here, and the lighting in here, oh my god, the lighting in here was awesome. When I was taking screenshots, I was really happy with how this turned out, even though it's like just a small like house slash room, but I really enjoyed adding this. Of course, it takes forever for your Sims to get there, but they can get there, they can go there. Like I said, everything functional. So yeah. So now I'll be adding some more like landscaping. So now we can see clearly how I made this like this pond lake, maybe. Yeah, it may be like, right, it's quite big. I think when I speak about ponds I always imagine something way smaller, so maybe it's like a little lake. So just adding these debug items and making it look as natural as possible. As you can see, yeah, and I think soon enough I'll start deleting the tiles, maybe. Yeah, and see, this is how the magic works. So I'm adding a lot of these, like a lot of this grass, that kind of grass that every builder uses all the time. Some bushes, and a lot of greenery. I really didn't want to go hard on like colorful plants because I think that the building itself is quite like a colorful statement piece. So I really relied heavily on just like greenery, on those. Do you say? Oh, bamboo. I was just like trying to figure out how you say this. How do you call this tree? Because in my language it's bambus. But I thought like it's something similar, but it's not entirely the same. So yeah, bamboo, those bamboo trees, I think they fit in here perfectly, and they work so great, especially on this like little hill. But yeah, we're coming to the end of the video. So this build will be available on the Sims 4 gallery, like I said. My ID is bohemian_Ronnie. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram. The handle is the same across all platforms. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like or write a comment. I would definitely appreciate that. And if you'd like to see more of my speed builds, you can also subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye!